Good evening, guys. This is Lance Mixes coming at you. Tonight, I'm going to show you something great that I truly love in my mix template. This plugin makes the difference between drums that impact, that sound huge, larger than life, and then drums that are just meh, okay. And that is the Bus Glue Billy Decker bundle, and specifically the Bus Glue Billy Decker drum module that I have open here. This plugin is amazing. And I love it on so many different levels. And in fact, if I go through my mix template here, and this is what I've been using for quite some time now, my mix template encompasses the Bus Glue Billy Decker modules on keys, right there, on electric guitar. Nice little GUI there. Looks like a nice Fender Strat that's aged. On the lead guitars as well, and even on vocals. And this is an amazing vocal compressor, just makes everything pop really, really well. And last but not least, the Bus Glue Billy Decker master module is amazing. This thing lives on my master bus, and I could do a whole video just on how this thing brings your mix to life because this is really that mojo that I was looking for. And if you look at my master bus, I'm actually running quite a bit. I have VMR going on with some uh, virtual channel processing going on the E channel, typically, unless it's a track that I feel like needs a different vibe to it. I'm usually boosting some lows and some highs, and then doing some gain staging there. I even have some outboard compression going on with a TK Audio BC1 SSL clone style outboard compressor, which is amazing as well. And of course, the virtual tape machine. Love the Slate stuff. It's really good. But honestly, the real mojo for this master bus right here is the Bus Glue master track. It makes everything pop. But that's not what today's video is about. Tonight's video is on the drum module because I just love this thing. It makes my drums sound larger than life. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a good rock mix or even a good pop mix just really starts with great drum tracks. So tonight I have a track called Lead Belly Open. This is from a great group that I'm working with right now with some musicians that have been in another band called Divide the Day. If you haven't checked out Divide the Day, give them a search on YouTube and you'll see some really cool content. They had the theme song for WWE in 2009 called Let It Roll. They also have a different track on YouTube that has over 4 or 5 million streams, I believe, across a few different accounts, including some really cool like anime stuff that was done with it. But needless to say, these guys started a new project called Dark Moves, and they have this track Lead Belly that they brought to me, and I totally love it. I think it's really rocking. And when they brought me these drum tracks, it was just a kick track, snare track. Wasn't that snare track? There you go, snare top. It was tom 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hi-hats, overhead, and a room. That was it. These were programmed drums as well. They were sent by one of their artists, Adrian, who does most of their music creation, and then sends it to their vocalist, Joe, who will come in and track some vocals on top of the music once it's mixed and stuff. So Adrian sent me these drums, which were very simply programmed. I want to say they might even be like GarageBand drums or something like that. They're very simple samples that he gridded out via MIDI, and they just needed some life. So I've added, a few different samples here. I have a kick sample, another kick sample here. These are really good. I think one of them might be a Steven Slate drum sample. The other one's a one shot from Drumforge, the Drum Shots pack. I'm not sure which one. I own most of them. And then I even threw in an ambience track for an ambient sample, and that's for the snare and for the kick as well. So another sample, and an ambience track. Toms are actually what he gave me. I didn't really feel like they needed to be replaced at all. Same with the cymbals, they're the same thing. Room tracks, same thing. But I did add some, reverb processing on my reverb tracks right here. And these are, a few different kinds of plate reverbs or room reverbs and things, and I blended to taste. But really, what made these drums come together was this bus glue Billy Decker drum module. And it's really simple. It has really two main knobs that I use, and that's the decorate knob and the compress knob. The decorate knob functions like a parallel compression kind of knob, and it blends it in. It really makes it like aggressive. So you have like your aggressive drums that just pop out of the mix. So the decorate knob is awesome. The compress knob just makes everything glued together, much like you would think with like bus compression. And both of these are maxed out right now. And don't, fret about that. I know some people will be like, you shouldn't max out any knob. Doesn't really matter. My input knob here, which drives into the plugin itself, is set all the way down at 0. The reason why these are maxed out is because I like to mix hot. It's just the way my mixer works. I love it that way. If you don't, I don't care. This is how I do it, and I really like how it sounds. So I have this backed all the way down, which means I can max these out. Do I always max them out? No. Sometimes they're at 50%. Just depends on the track and the content that I get. But for this one, these are maxed out 100%. This one's at 99. There you go, 100%. Makes it even. And then the mix knob, you can blend it if you want like a parallel compression kind of thing with it and put some of the original signal back in. I like to keep it at 100%. It just sounds better that way. This is straight up the middle at 50%, so unity gain. And then the only other thing on this master drum bus channel is just some VMR. And I'm boosting a little bit of lows right here, and that's for the kick drum, kind of just make it pop out a little bit more. I have some virtual channel going on. That'll help color the sound. I just really love that coloration that it gives. But not too much else, just a little bit of a low roll off. So there's kind of this resonant, cut and then boost. And then I'm doing some gain staging into the master fader right here. But I want you to listen to how these drums sound and how impactful they can be with the bus glue Billy Decker drum module. So here's a section of just drums, and I want you to listen to how huge they sound. So here we go. Snare goes on for days, kick is in your face, it's powerful, has weight, has girth. I mean, the drums just sound huge, and that's the drum sound I love. I love huge drums, and I think that every good mix starts with that. If I were to take this plugin off, let's just hear how it sounds now. Yeah, there's a little bit of a volume drop, and you hear more of the ambience tracks in the background. But you know what? For the most part, I just feel like it doesn't impact as much. It doesn't have that same weight in the kick drum. The snare drum tail is completely gone. It just doesn't have that aggressive nature that I want for my drums, especially for a rock drum track. Really, it's just this one plugin that kind of just breathes some life into it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the track all together, and I'm going to let you kind of listen to it with it on and with it off. And then you'll just hear how much of a difference this plugin really makes. So again, this is Lead Belly from the band Dark Moves. Keep an eye out for that track because it should drop soon. And then really go and check out Bus Glue Billy Decker, the bundle, or even if you can buy individual modules. I'm not sure if they do that now for this series. Man, get that drum module. You will love the Bus Glue Billy drum module on your mix template. Here we go. This is Lantz Mixes. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you really enjoyed being in the mix with me.